All right, you know what? Okay, you know what statement date is. You know what statement date is. You know what statement date is. All right, for the people who don't know what a statement date is, right? Your statement date is the date that it reports to the credit reporting agencies. So you know how they say, y'all have seen this everywhere, right? 30% utilization. You know what I mean? They don't mean that you can only use 30% of your available credit. That's not what they're saying. They're saying by your statement date that utilization needs to be 30% or under by your statement date. But 30% is too high, right? That's too high. 100 minus 30 is 70. All right. So that means that if everybody on earth is reporting 30% utilization, that means the credit card companies are eating, right? They're eating. That means you're using 30% of your available credit. That means the credit card companies is eating. You know what I'm saying? But 30% is low enough for you to feel good, but high enough for the credit card companies to eat. So we need our utilization in single digits. 30% is too high, right? Single digits. All right, between 1 and 9%. That should be your goal. So if it's at 88%, we got to start paying shit down. All right. That doesn't mean that you're failing just because your utilization is at 50%, 60%. It is what it is. All right. Sometimes you got to spend some money and pay your shit down. It is what it is. All right. So don't stress yourself out on that. But I'm saying is your goal should be to get your utilization down to single digits. All right. Navy Fed gave me a green card and their American Express card, 2,500. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, off the rip. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say your credit unions, that's where the money on at. Your credit unions, that's where the money at. That's where the money at. Deshay, appreciate the follow. I'm on 980 on Experian. So you're either in the UK. Yeah, you're probably in the UK, bro. Right? This is for US and Canada. Mainly US, but Canada too. We're not in the UK, but UK scores go up to like 1250 or something. So you got some stuff to work on too. 701 FICO. How can I get it up? I already answered that. I need to boost that Equifax somehow. Perp. That's why I said when I see your report, I got you. I have less than 20% utilization on cars, no car payment. All right, Tippy, do you have any installment accounts? Do you have any installment accounts? AKA, when I say installment accounts, all right, all I mean is accounts that have set installment payments. You know what I'm saying? So any type of loan, credit builders, Self, Kovo, Credit Strong, those count as installment accounts too, right? So let's say you get a personal loan, 10K. You got to pay $500 a month for whatever months. All right. That's why it's called an installment. You're paying installments. That's what a firm is. Klarna, then revolving accounts. Those are what? Credit cards, unsecured or secured. Why are they revolving? Because your balance is usually always what? Revolving. You know what I mean? So if you got a $10,000 balance this month, right? Your payment's going to be different than next month because next month you might have a $6,000 balance. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's revolving. That makes sense? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Or if you want me to break it down again, let me know. My due date is 3 days before my statement. Oh, perfect. Did you change it? Oh, legit, you changed it, huh? Yeah, you've been following the boy for a minute. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, baby mama ain't even post a single damn. Where she at? Yeah, where she at?
Yeah, you changed that, huh? Tell the truth. You changed that. I have a 745 and I owe 12K. All right, 12K on what? What do you owe 12K on? All right, I have a question. Why every month my scores go up and down? I don't understand. Because we were just explaining that. You have to find out your payment date and your statement date. Your payment date is just when your credit card is due, right? Your statement date is when your balance reports to the credit reporting agency. So if you're spending money and you pay your card on your payment date, then you use a card throughout the month, on your statement date, it captures whatever balance that you have on that date and reports it to the credit reporting agencies. So you can be doing everything right, but except paying on the wrong day. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Put a one in the chat if that makes sense.